Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we have a little scrap wood project that's accessible for anyone, so you can get scrap wood wherever you maybe have local construction. So this is treated wood that I'm going to use. So just a simple 2x4. You can see this piece of wood has been used before, and then I had some 1x8s or 1x6s that were just cut-offs for decking boards, and so I'm going to use those. And first thing, I'm just going to drill. I lined them all up here. This being scrap wood, it kind of worked out perfect. I did not cut anything for this, so I just grabbed some random pieces, and here we are, just drilling in a little hole to start so I can figure out that's where I want that one, and then from there I can figure out where I want the rest. So kind of unconventional. I probably could have clamped it, but I'm just wanting to show with just pretty simple means you can, make something out of this. So I'm just kind of getting them all arranged again, just making sure as I go that things are working out like I want them to be. Like I said, nothing fancy here at all. So I will, I'm going to drill all my holes and get those ready. And this causes the camera to jump a little bit, so I'm sorry there. But we'll get them all drilled and then get them attached. And as you can see, I'm just using these screws that we have here. They're wood screws, 3-inch wood screws that I'm using. And I'm just going to work on attaching the middle one, and then that'll help me get my others like I want them to be. So and you can see I've got those drilled there. I'm just lining them up again. Like I said, there was no measuring or anything in this project, so just kind of doing what I can do with it. So I'm going to start putting the screw in this with those other pieces there, and you'll kind of see that it kind of pushes out just a little bit. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, I'm doing this completely unconventional. But the reason I keep lining them up that way is so that it's not wanting to wobble once you set it up. Whenever you do something with like a back stand or something, always good to put it in its finished position when you're standing it up to make sure that it doesn't wiggle back and forth for you. So just putting the other screw in now. So we now have our middle piece attached here, and from there we can get the others, and I can kind of lay that down then and start them. But it's still going to be easier for me to kind of push it. And I'm sorry it's a little off camera there, but I'm just going to push one screw in, get it there, and then get it started and be able to move on to the next. So, and like I said, it makes the camera jump, and I'm so sorry. But I got the first one started there, so then I can finish getting that in there, and hopefully that doesn't mess with you too much there, the way that jumped. But I got that one attached enough there to where I can move to the next and figure out my spacing for it. Once again, just setting it up, making sure that I'm not creating a wobbly kind of stand for it, and just getting it in there and get it started. And we'll be able to move on to making it cute here very soon. So I was putting a screw in here, and I had an extra hand there that came in and helped me, and I was very appreciative of that. So I explained to him at that time what I was up to, and I'll just get them all created here and get it set up. And I'm sorry it is off camera and it's a little bit wiggly there. I just tighten the screws down at that point, and then I'll show you what we're working with here. So then we have it here, and I'll show you it's kind of rough there in those holes, so I'm going to just give it a little quick sand with my cheap little Walmart sander, palm sander. It has worked well. So once again, not using anything fancy there, just a $20 sander. I'm just gonna smooth it a little bit so it'll take paint good, And I had sanded these, kind of pre-sanded them. Like I said, I didn't cut them. I just went with what we had because I like the, you get what you get and you work with it and go from there. So I just give it a quick sanding again. That way, whoever ends up with this project, they don't have any splinters or anything like that. And doing it out of the treated lumber, it can be outside then. So maybe it can withstand some weather outside that way. And it'll be good to have a little piece of decor out there. So here we are. You can kind of see what we've got, and you can kind of see from the side here what it ends up looking like. That it just has that little piece behind it, the little 2x4, and that's it. So we've moved to the craft room now. So of course we've got our project here that has the little stand, and like I said, you can see how it's done. I left the holes. You could put wood filler in those and kind of fill them in. But this is a slightly rustic project, right? I've not cut anything. I've not done anything to a certain size. So I'm going to use my gifted paint. So right now this is a free project. Doing a little bit of that girl math, as people joke about, because it's pre-used wood or well, part of it's cut offs and part of it was pre-used wood, and then the paint is free. So I'm just using a piece of my car wash sponge again, and you'll see that I'm just going to use that Ceramicoat again, and we'll go with it. And I just squirted on. I'm not even going to use anything else to place it. Just going to start smoothing it out from there. So, and it works pretty good. I don't do a lot of coats on this because I kind of want to have a little wood grain pop through. I like that look to it. So I'm just going to get some paint down on it, making sure I'm getting those grooves. I could have pre-painted those. I didn't on this because I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to paint the back at all. And when I do a clear coat, I will do the edges, and I'll do up under and on the back side, but I'm not going to go through putting paint on that when it's not going to be seen. Ideally, it's sitting on someone's porch, near the house, up near the house, and no one's looking at the back anyway. So just gonna get these coated, and we'll get it to dry and move on to the next stage. I have been doing some crafts, popping back and forth between Christmas on some of my postings and some fall. It's kind of in that point right now, at least in my mind, where you're in the fall season, although the weather hasn't gotten the memo fully yet. But you're in the fall season and you're enjoying that, but preparing for the next season as well, for Christmas and winter crafts. So doing some of those, because if you're doing any for selling or for gifting, you might want to go ahead and be prepared for the next season. It always is one of those things you kind of always have to be looking out for the next thing. So, but it's also fun to have fun with the season that you're in. So here I was just making sure I hadn't gotten any over on the back, and I haven't. So I'm just doing the edge, and then I'm going to do the top edge, because you would see that if you're coming in the door at the house, wherever this is setting, you would see that top edge there. So just going to dab that in. And where it's that cut edge, like I said, didn't do much. I did sand it a little bit, but where it's the cut edge, I'll wait for a second. I'll get all my smoother areas, because when you're trying to paint that cut edge, if it's a foam brush or if it's car wash sponge like I use as a foam brush, it can rough that up and make it hard, make it kind of disintegrate into your paint. And I don't want that texture. While I'm looking for rustic, I'm not looking for gross and messy. So I'm going to do all the smooth areas, and then I'll go back in and kind of dab paint and kind of brush across those areas that need the paint at the top, and get those coated well, and then leave it to dry at that point. And those are thirsty too, and where they're not fully smooth. They're gonna have a little bit different surfacing there to where it will absorb differently. So just know that when you're painting a cut edge. You could sand the heck out of it. Like I said, I wanted to sand it to where nobody had a splinter, but at the same time, I did not want to make it overly perfect. I've said this before in other crafts. If you present it as you are not going for perfect, then it's a whole lot easier to hide any error that you might have, or any mistake that you've made while you painted or drawn or something like that. I'm definitely not a drawing artist, so just going back through here and making sure that those little thirsty areas and that I've got down in that little crack in between those planks. And you can make these, you can make it in a smaller instance. So say you just wanted a mini version, it'd be really cute. You could do this with like Jenga blocks, or the wood tower blocks, as Dollar Tree calls them. But you could totally do that with this, and I might do that myself. I might need that at my desk. So I gave it one coat. I'm gonna give it another quick coat on the face side of all these, and we'll have that done with these. So I'm just gonna let you enjoy a little bit of music, and we'll finish these up. That's coated there. We'll get the top edge here. I've just been using this ceramic coat, or whatever you call this. Once I tested it and found out it was going to work, I thought, well, there is no point in buying paint to do the same thing if this is working. I have no idea. This has been around a while, and it does separate just a little bit, so you have to give it a good shake when you're going to use it. But the coverage is just the same as anything else, like apple barrel or anything like that I would buy. Now, if you're using, like Waverly chalk paint, you might have a little bit more coverage, but Waverly for a little bit was harder to get your hands on, and this is readily available right here, ready to go. So you can't beat that. So we'll just let that dry, and then now that that's completely dry, we want to put some faces on these little guys and gals. So we've got some ghosts. And so what I'm showing you here is you could print something out from online, and if you don't have carbon paper, just color with the back, like sideways with your pencil, and then you can just outline it on there. Now you could tape it down if you want to be super careful with it. Tape it down. You could also press hard if you're tracing it. Be careful not to go through your paper, but you just outline it and place it on here. And then once you've got it, you've got your image. And hopefully you can see there that you can kind of see the lines. I'm kind of touching it up just a little bit so I can have something to go through here, or go from here, and be able to draw it on. So I'll have that one. And then I printed out some other samples, so I'm just showing you here how I printed. It's a little small for that plank, so I'm just going to kind of draw something and give me, so I wanted the eyes of that one, but then I wanted kind of a goofy smile. So I'm looking through, do I have any more samples? Do I have anything else that I might like? And so I'm just going to kind of give it a little goofy smile here that I'm drawing. And I used, if you'll look there, the one beside the eyes that I used is the one that I've used its mouth for a suggestion. So, and then I wanted one with some big eyelashes. So I'm just gonna put some eyelashes on there. use that one as a suggestion. I'm going to give her a little glint in her eye there, and then give her a big happy smile, because to me she looks like a girl here with her big old eyelashes. So this cute little ghost family that I've got. I'm going to use one of these painter's pens. They're amazing. So then you don't have to worry about a small paintbrush. So I'm just going to get it started there. So if you tap it down, it was a brand new paint pen. And so I'm just going to outline, and just as simple as that, just basically like coloring. Just going to fill it in and get it ready to dry for one coat. End up doing 2 coats of this on here, just so my black is really good and thick and don't have any of the little light touches or anything of paint. So and then I'm gonna get her a little girl here with her eyelashes going and give her some character. So I kind of thicken up her lashes a little bit and go on to the next eye. So just outlining these and giving them just a little bit of life. So gonna let you enjoy the process here and let you enjoy some music. And as I was doing this, when I saw that little area where it needed just a little bit thicker, so as you can see, I kind of outlined just a little bit more. And then onto our guy here and give him his ghosty eyes. Just be careful, don't put your hand in it. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, this could kind of get you in a situation as you're doing this. But this dries really quick, honestly. So if you used a hairdryer or used a fan, either way, it's going to dry really, really fast. And if you choose to put on 2 coats like I did, I kind of waffled on this project where I was wanting to keep it rustic. I couldn't decide if I wanted to go back over with the sander before I put a clear coat, but I decided no, I want to keep it like it is with just the wood grain popping through. So I'm going to use my favorite 2-time matte clear coat from Rust-Oleum, and I'm just going to seal them off to where they are ready for outdoor use, and that'll help that paint to not just wash off or to smear or make a mess on anybody's porch. And it can be used for hopefully many seasons to come. So after I've got that clear coat on the face of it, just going along the top edge like I told you, and I'm going to do the stand a little bit too, just to give it a little bit of resistance there to where it's all kind of even. And then you can see there they are, all happy and done, living their best life outside. And then I brought them in to get another clip of them here. And so as you can see, they're a happy little family, it looks like. And I wanted to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and I'd really appreciate more subscribers and more comments. So like I said, thank you for your time. Hope you have a great day.